6 p.m. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The Prime Minister says Pakistan is diversifying its energy mix to overcome energy challenges. The Foreign Office says Indian intelligence agency RAW has developed a robust network with terrorist outfits in Afghanistan to carry out subversive activities in Pakistan. The Army Chief has launched Khushal Balochistan project in Quetta for fast-track socio-economic development of the province. In the Indian-held Kashmir, a protest rally was taken out today against the Indian state terrorism. Bangladesh has signed an agreement with Myanmar for the return of hundreds of thousands of Rohingya Muslims who had fled the country after ethnic cleansing. The Lahore Blues beat Rawalpindi by 7 wickets in the National T20 Cup in Rawalpindi today. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Shahid Khaqan Abbasi has said Pakistan is diversifying its energy mix to overcome the energy challenges in the country. Addressing the annual technical conference on oil and gas in Islamabad this evening, he said Pakistan recorded a growth rate of 5.3% last year. He said higher growth rate has increased the energy needs of the country, for which the government is trying to overcome the challenge. Shahid Khaqan Abbasi said we have added domestic coal, of thar, gas and renewable energy to our energy mix. The Foreign Office says RAW has developed a robust network with terrorist outfits such as Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, Daesh and Jamaat Ahrar in Afghanistan to carry out subversive activities in Pakistan. At the weekly news briefing in Islamabad today, the Foreign Office spokesperson Dr. Mohammad Faisal said we have shared evidence with the Afghan government in this regard and expect that Kabul will take necessary action against the terrorists. He said Afghanistan should not allow its territory to be used against Pakistan. To a question about the denial of entry to estranged Baloch leader Mehran Mari by Switzerland, Dr. Mohammad Faisal said Pakistan continues to impress upon friendly countries to deny the space to individuals posing threat to sovereignty and territorial integrity of Pakistan. To another question, he said Pakistan and the United States are engaged in discussions relating to issues including those of regional peace and security. The Chief of the Army Staff, General Qamar Javed Bajwa, launched the Khushal Balochistan project in Quetta today. The Khushal Balochistan project is aimed at enduring stability through socio-economic development and security. Earlier, a high-level meeting in this regard was held at the headquarters of the Southern Command in the provincial capital. The Minister for Defence Production, Rana Tanveer Hussain, is in Ankara on a 2-day visit at the invitation of the Turkish Minister for National Defence. He held a meeting with the Turkish Minister for National Defence and they exchanged views on strengthening bilateral defence cooperation. The Minister for Power, Sardar Awais Ahmed Khan Laghari, has urged the public sector electric distribution companies to work hard in reducing the losses and bringing innovative modern technological solutions to face the challenges. He expressed these views while meeting WAPDA Hydroelectric Workers Union in Islamabad today. He also urged the companies to train manpower and be consumer-oriented. The minister said amendments in NEPRA Act have opened the doors for private power supply companies and create a healthy competition environment for better service delivery. Awais Ahmed Khan Laghari said the government is also considering the option of providing incentives for the staff and officers who succeed in reducing the losses to the given targets. A 2-member bench of the Supreme Court has adjourned the hearing of the case relating to Islamabad sit-in till Thursday next. Ministries of Interior and Defence presented their reports on the issue before the Apex Court. Responding to queries by the judges, the Attorney General said the government is exercising restraint as it does not want escalation of tension. The case is being heard by Mr. Justice Mushir Alam and Mr. Justice Qazi Faiz Isa. The Islamabad High Court has reserved its verdict on a plea by former Prime Minister Mohammad Nawaz Sharif for clubbing of 2 out of 3 NAB references against him. The 2-member bench of the court, comprising Mr. Justice Mohsin Akhtar Khiani and Mr. Justice Amir Farooq, said they would issue a detailed judgment and not a short order. 106 families of the temporarily displaced persons of North Waziristan Agency returned from Afghanistan today. According to the Director General FATA Disaster Management Authority, Sirajul Haq, they were accommodated at Baka Khel camp near Bannu. They had gone to Afghanistan after the launch of Operation Zarbe-Azb against the terrorists in North Waziristan Agency in 2014. The funeral prayers of Major Ishaq Shaheed were offered at the Ayub Stadium in Lahore today. The Punjab Chief Minister Muhammad Shahbaz Sharif, the Corps Commander Lahore Lieutenant General Amir Riaz, Railways Minister Khwaja Saad Rafiq, senior military and civil officials and other personalities attended the funeral prayers. A large number of people belonging to different segments of the society also participated in the funeral prayers. This is Radio Pakistan. In occupied Kashmir, Jammu and Kashmir Democratic Freedom Party held a protest rally in Srinagar today. According to Kashmir Media Service, the rally was taken out against inhuman treatment meted out to ailing party chairman Shabbir Ahmad Shah by the Indian authorities at Delhi's infamous Tihar jail. The protesters, led by party leader Advocate Fayaz Ahmad Saudagar, said the Democratic Freedom Party chairman had been arrested in a 12-year-old fake case to prevent him from fighting for the noble cause of inalienable right to self-determination. Earlier, the police raided the party office in Srinagar and arrested its Secretary General Muhammad Abdullah Tari and sealed the office. All the detainees were lodged at Kotibagh police station. In a statement, senior All Parties Hurriyat Conference leader Agha Sayyid Hassan Al-Musfi also expressed serious concern over the deteriorating health of Shabbir Ahmad Shah and other Hurriyat leaders languishing in Tihar jail. In Afghanistan, 8 people were killed and 17 others wounded in a suicide attack in eastern Nangarhar province today. The spokesman for the provincial governor, Ataullah Khogyani, said suicide bomber targeted a local police commander who was recently dismissed from his job. Bangladesh has signed a deal with Myanmar to return hundreds of thousands of Rohingya Muslims who had fled the recent army crackdown. The deal was signed during a meeting between Myanmar's Aung San Suu Kyi and Bangladesh Foreign Minister Abul Hassan Mahmood in Naypyidaw today. In a statement, Myanmar's Ministry of Foreign Affairs said they discussed about the development of cooperation between the two countries to accept the people who left the places of Rakhine State. Meanwhile, Aung San Suu Kyi's government has also vowed to deny visas to a United Nations fact-finding mission tasked with probing accusations of military abuse. Turkey has expressed its support for a political solution in Syria. The spokesman of the Justice and Development Party, Mahir Unal, says Turkey has expressed its clear reservations about Syrian President Bashar al-Assad having any future role in Syria. Mahir Unal said Turkey also wants Syria to remain united and not break up, and opposes Syrian Kurdish fighters participating in negotiations on Syria's future. The United Nations has called on the Iraqi government to speed up investigation into allegations of human rights violations committed by security forces during the fight against the Islamic State group. The United Nations Special Rapporteur on Extrajudicial Summary, Agnes Kalamard, said Iraq's new transition phase presents both opportunities and challenges. In Zimbabwe, after the removal of Robert Mugabe from the office, incoming leader Emmerson Mnangagwa will be sworn in as the new president tomorrow. In a statement, Zimbabwe's opposition party, MDCT, said it will closely watch Mnangagwa's next moves regarding the dismantling of all oppressive pillars of repression and oppression. Singapore plans to introduce driverless buses on its public roads by 2022. Transport Minister Hua Boon-Wan said driverless technology will help the country manage its land constraints and manpower shortages. Cricket. The Lahore Blues beat Rawalpindi by 7 wickets in the National T20 Cup in Rawalpindi today. Batting first, Rawalpindi scored 119 runs in the allotted overs, which the Lahore Blues achieved in 17.1 overs. And finally, the weather. Mainly cold and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. Foggy conditions are likely to prevail at a few plain areas of the Punjab and Upper Sindh during morning hours. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also log on to the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official for live video streaming of our bulletins.